We've also been working very hard, again, in reflecting on our crop over season and what happens there. Since last year, we would have been engaging several of the stakeholders, again, just to think about how we redesign crop over, to think about the way forward, and to have a crop over, again, that's not just about a year, but what crop over will look like 10, 15 years from now. So we will be unveiling that kind of rethinking of the crop over based on those inputs. I think that there are a few consultations that are still happening at the moment through the National Cultural Foundation to, just kind of fine tune that design. But there are some fundamental things that we need to be able to tackle, right? That again, when we talk about the notion of national identity and what it means, that we need to be able to unpack. One of the concerns or challenges, let me say, again, just around, for instance, Kadooment. And the question about how do we ground heritage and heritage costuming within the Kadooment when the customer demand is perhaps otherwise, right? It is perhaps the more feathers and what they call pretty mass, as it is evolving to be. So how do we contend with that? How do we contend with that movement? And then, like I said, how do we kind of make sure that we still have the focus on heritage, which was part of the evolution of Kadooment as well? How do we make sure that we contend with the development of, event producers and mass-based events, and again, make sure that we still have events that really are about showcasing and celebrating heritage, and make sure that we have equal attention to that. How do we ground it within schools as well? Those traditional things like costume making. How do we make sure that we have a generation that understands that art, that it doesn't become part of a lost art, but that it grows and moves forward. So those are some of the big conversations that we've been having around how the crop over season will evolve for 2025. And like I said, we're hoping very soon to be able to come to the public and to unveil that design for this year as well. And you will also as well be hearing lots more around Carifesta. Carifesta will perhaps be one of the biggest celebrations for Carifesta that we've had in the region so far. Carifesta is normally a regional celebration, but already we have had interest from a number of delegations throughout the diaspora, from India, from Brazil. We have several delegations that will be coming from Africa as well, and every day there is growing interest in relation to the Carifesta celebrations, and there are also going to be some very unique elements that you would hear about for our celebration of Carifesta 15 in Barbados in August from the 22nd to the 31st.